Borderline personality disorder. For years now, I've wanted to start a revolution. Drag out the guillotines and start chopping some heads off. The thing that has kept me from doing this is, well, what would I do after? I just started a revolution and beheaded a bunch of people because I knew the system was broken. Now, being faced with the task of rebuilding the system, what would I do? Probably fall back on the old system because I don't know any better. That was until it all came to me. I have figured out how to fix America. Yes, I have all the answers. I've figured it all out. End the drug war. Completely end the drug war. You cannot tell people what they can and cannot do when it comes to their own bodies, what kind of substances they want to put into their body. We legalize all drugs. Not just a couple drugs, we legalize them all. I know, right? You're horrified right now. You're probably, what the hell? He's a madman. I am a madman. By doing this, we are going to eliminate a whole lot of gang violence. Crime is going to go down. For anyone that thinks crime will go up, no, it's going to go down. So in 2013, we spent $51 billion on the war on drugs. That's incarcerating people, running the DEA, fighting cartels, all that crap. $51 billion for 1 year on the war on drugs. In 2013, we had spent $1 trillion on the war on drugs. We have done nothing to reduce the number of people that use drugs. People are going to do what they want to do. What we have done is we do have the highest prison incarceration rates worldwide. So come to America, where you can just go to prison. America is the land of the free, right? But we have the most people in jail, which is total lack of freedom, right? Does that make sense? Doesn't that just blow your mind? It blew mine. How can you be the land of the free if you incarcerate most of your people? Now, the reason that there's so many people incarcerated is because of mandatory sentencing. Did you know that drug offenses are really the only thing that has mandatory sentencing? Let's say you're someone that suffers from borderline personality disorder, and you find that the only thing that relieves you and makes you feel better is a little bit of cocaine. Well, if you happen to be caught in the possession of cocaine that you use medicinally, as far as you're concerned, you're going to go to prison. It's mandatory. They don't care that you have a mental condition. Or let's say you're spiritual and you find LSD to be a very spiritual experience. Through the use of LSD, it expands your consciousness, opens up your mind. You use a little bit of LSD. Well, you better not get caught with it because you're going to go to prison and it doesn't matter why you're using it. Here are the mandatory sentencings. If you're caught with LSD, 1 gram, a gram is not that much, you're going to prison for 5 years, no possibility of parole. Now, you are going to serve that full 5 years. Marijuana. Now, marijuana laws have become kind of lax. Still, if you're caught with 100 plants, 5 years prison, no possibility of parole. Crack cocaine. Well, if you're caught with 5 grams of crack cocaine, say goodbye to 5 years of your life. Powdered cocaine. 500 grams for a 5-year sentence. Methamphetamine. 10 grams, 5 years. 10 grams of meth? Honestly, that's recreational. Why are we putting people in prison for drug addiction? Because they rob and they steal and they hurt people. Bullshit. That is bullshit. I can tell you for a fact that is bullshit. So blacks make up 50% of the prison population. It has been shown that black kids are 10 times more likely to be arrested on a drug charge, even though white kids are known to abuse drugs more. It's because you can't be a black kid and walk around without getting stopped 3 or 4 times a night. White kids never get pulled over and frisked and searched. So you can't tell me that this war on drugs isn't going after certain people. We don't just end it and legalize drugs. We tax the drugs that we've legalized, all right? Instead of spending this $51 billion to incarcerate people, we're giving them what they want and we're taxing it. And it's going to be cleaner, more pure. It's going to be a pure drug. If people are going to use these drugs regardless, which has been proven, the amount of people using drugs does not drop no matter how much we throw them in jail. They're going to use the drug regardless of what we do. Wouldn't we rather them be using a pure drug than something that might have drain cleaner in it? We're also going to take that $51 billion and put that into treatment centers. Instead of arresting people, all you learn in prison is how to be a criminal. There is no reform in prisons. It costs about $3 million a year to run a treatment center, crisis center type thing. If it costs $3 million, and let's think about the children as well, right? Because most of kids that are taken by DHS and put into foster care are done because their parents have gotten possession charges or drug charges. I didn't even go into how much we spend on foster care and all of that. That money can be put into these drug rehabilitation centers because I think that parents should be able to keep their kids while they're there. That way we bring the whole family into it, right? Kids are not too young to learn about drugs. Let's teach them about drugs. Let's teach them what it's like to be an addict. Let them see it, and maybe then when they grow up, they're not going to want to do it as much, right? It'll be paid for because we've got the money. We're not going to make them pay for it. We've got the $51 billion plus what we're making on the taxes, plus what we're not spending on foster care. That's going to be enough to cover it. To send them to these rehabilitation centers with their kids, where their kids can learn, and they can learn as a family how to do better. I estimate that we could have 17,000 of these drug rehabilitation centers. That include families with the money that we've got there. So now we're taking a more proactive step towards getting people to stop using. People can now get jobs. We will no longer have drug screenings. We get some of our privacy back. Our boss doesn't look at our piss no more. That'd be cool. Plus, all criminal offenses are wiped away. Because most people that have drug offenses, that's all they have are drug offenses. It gives everybody a better alternative than doing drugs. It has been shown that people that do drugs are lacking something in their life. If we were to find out what that was, if we were to help them, if we didn't demonize them. You know how many friends I lost because they found out I was using drugs? You're on drugs. Can we help you? How can we help you? No, it was, you're on drugs. You're a horrible person. I've heard about you druggies. You know what that made me do? More drugs. These rehab centers would help people. If people had a drug problem, they could go where they wouldn't be shunned. If they didn't have a criminal record, they could get jobs. Their families wouldn't abandon them. I want to know how you weigh in on this. Do you think if we legalized and taxed drugs, opened up a bunch of rehabilitation centers, it would help the drug problem? Or do you think it would make it worse and just everybody would just be whacked out of their brains? Let me know in the comments section below. If you've not yet subscribed, right now is that perfect opportunity to hit the subscribe button. It's right there. Just click it. You can join us. For 500, 1,000, 5,000 subscribers, then we're taking over the world. Might as well join us now. You're going to join us eventually. Don't worry, we're not a cult. Working on it. Until next time, keep on keeping on.
Hey, John. You seem sad.
Yeah, I am sad, Timmy. It's just, I've been looking at the prison conditions in America, and the whole system is just so horribly broken.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My daddy's in jail right now for a low-level drug offense.
You see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Timmy. That's crazy.
Well, my daddy's in jail because he killed 4 people.